Good morning, students. Welcome all of you to today's accountancy class. So, our first chapter finished. Now, we are going to study the second chapter, theory base of accounting. So, after finishing this chapter only, we can go to the accounting equation. Will start. Then, we'll go to the process of accounting. Okay. So, before that, we should know some theory base of accounting that includes concepts and principles. Okay, so theory base of accounting means uh, from that word itself we can understand theory base means what, some theoretical background that should assist in doing or when we implement the accounting process in the organization. This theoretical base will help us. So theoretical base means it includes principles, concepts, conventions, rules and guidelines that is developed over a period of time. Okay, so this is not developed in 1 day or 2 days and all. This is developed all over the years. And why we developed all these principles and practices or conventions, rules and all, in order to bring uniformity and consistency in the process of accounting. So whoever follow the accounting process properly, they have to follow uniform accounting practices. So all over India, systematic accounting methods are to be followed. Then only we can make comparison of one firm's performance or one company's performance with other company's performance if you are following same evaluation process or same measurement of performance or same accounting process. Okay, so that's why in order to bring the uniformity in all the institutions, we are following certain rules or principles or concepts. Okay, so already in the definitions also we discuss accounting is an art, accounting is a science. So when I discussed the why accounting is known as science, because it is also following some principles and assumptions. Okay, so today we'll discuss some accounting concepts and principles. So what do you mean by accounting principles? So accounting principles means, just we'll discuss, these are uniform set of rules or guidelines developed to ensure uniformity and easy understanding of the accounting information. So in the first chapter when we discussed about accounting information, whoever the person who is doing accounting, that person is known as accountant or chartered accountant. He will be making accounts for an institution or company, any form of institution. So after making that accounts, it should provide some information to the interested users or interested group or stakeholders. So who are the stakeholders also we discussed? There are internal stakeholders and external stakeholders, or internal users and external users. Who are internal users? Those people who are inside the organization is known as what? Internal users. And the people who are outside the organization is known as external users. So this, when we complete an accounting process or when we start an accounting process, it should ensure uniform set of rules. So all rules should be uniform and guidelines developed to ensure uniformity and easy understanding of the accounting information. So we should understand it properly. Understandability is one of the qualities of accounting. Qualitative characteristics we discussed there, we told understandability, reliability, relevance, understandability, all those qualities are there. So these are not static. These accounting principles or rules, whatever we are, they should be treated like this, is should be treated like this, like that. Whatever they say, this is not static at all. This is not permanent at all, and are bound to change with the passage of time. So, but how it is then? It is not stable or static. It will change according to passage of time in response to the changes in the business practices. So because business situations are changing, business world is changing, economic situations changing, government change, political changes, technological changes, economic changes, all changes whatever happening outside the control of the business, that will affect the business. Okay, so like what is happening outside our home that will affect us, no? Government policies, lockdown, all these rules, regulations done by the government for traveling from one state to another, that and all not under our control. So like these, so many rules, regulations implemented by government, or whenever outside world change, outside means example, technology change, government change, political change, legal changes. A court may order some give some order against the government business organization, or for the government business organizations. So all these situations will affect the performance of the business. Okay, so this is called what? Accounting principles. Understood, no? Accounting principles are guidelines or rules for doing what? Accounting. So but these accounting rules are not stable or not static. It will affect the performance, means it is liable to change whenever other factors change. We also, business situation also will change, so accounting principles also are liable to change. Now first we will discuss accounting principles. So accounting principles are classified into two categories, two kinds: accounting concepts or assumptions, and accounting principles. So these two kinds are there: accounting principles, concepts or assumptions, or principles. Okay, now first we discuss accounting concepts or assumptions. CO is there. Accounting concepts or assumptions. So what do you mean by concepts or assumptions? So when you studied science subject and all, there you might have studied, no, assume or assumptions in the principles, or physics, or usually in physics subject and all, so many assumptions will be there, and in maths also we assume this as that, x or y, like that. So assumptions means just we are assuming this will be like this. So just it is not a mere assumptions, based on the practical experience only we can assume. So concepts or assumptions means, in order to make the accounting language convey the same meaning to all the people and to make it more meaningful, most of the accountants have agreed on a number of concepts which are usually followed for preparing financial statements. Okay, so we know that objectives of accounting is to prepare what? Financial statements, that is profit and loss account and balance sheet. That is the ultimate aim of doing accounting, and it should give some useful information to the users. So when we prepare these financial statements, it should give some meaning, same meaning to all people. So suppose ours is a iron and steel industry or company, another company also iron and steel companies, we are doing one accounting method, they are following another accounting method, then it will be difficult to analyze the performance of both the companies. So what we want is what? Uniformity. Follow same method of evaluation or same method of assessment. Suppose all CBSE schools have a same way of evaluation, all KVs have same way of evaluation. So our KV's performance and another KV's performance, if we want to assess, then we both should follow the same examination pattern. So like that, accounting practices also should be same everywhere, then only the comparison is possible, then only we can assess the performance of all iron and steel. So suppose 1000 or 10,000 iron and steel industry in India, so what is the performance of iron and steel industry? Or 1 lakh textile industry in India, example I'm telling. So what is the performance of the textile industries? Okay, cotton industry, so many small scale industries, large scale industries. So these are actually we are evaluating in stock market or stock exchange. We can see the indices that shows the growth of these companies, how they perform, accordingly the share price increase or decrease. So how we can assess it according to the performance. So to assess the performance, we need a uniform practice. Okay, then only comparison is possible. Why we need a uniform practice? For comparison. So this uniform practices, uniform rules for everyone, in order to make comparative study. That is the main thing we have to remember. Okay, Now, so how many accounting concepts or assumptions are there? There are three concepts or assumptions. This is very simple only. Going concern concept. First one is going concern concept. Second is consistency concepts. The third one is accrual concept. So these are the three main concepts. Okay. Principles we study. So mainly principles only classified into concepts and assumptions. And then what here I told you principles. So accounting principles are classified into concepts, assumption, then again accounting principles separate is there. So first we will discuss what accounting concepts or assumptions. So there are three assumptions: going concern, consistency, and accrual concept. Okay, so first one will discuss going concern concept. So what do you mean by going concern concept? It's very simple. Going concern means as our life, human beings life, no, once we have born in this earth, afterwards we will not think that person will die very soon, ऐसे करके हम नहीं जीते हैं. So we are thinking that what we will be living forever and ever, like, oh, at least for some 70-80 years we live in this earth. With that hope every day we are living. So just like that, business also has an assumption. It is assumed that the business will continue to exist for a long period of time in future. So business always have the assumptions. So whoever start business, suppose the owner is starting business today, he has the assumption that my business will continue for a long period of time. It will not wind up, or it will not close down or shut down in the near future. So that is the assumption, or that is the concept or thinking of all persons whoever start his business. Okay, he will continue in that unless there is any other problems. So because of this, what is the use in business? Because of this concept only, we are purchasing things, we are borrowing from others. Correct? No, because if we have no hope about tomorrow, then we will not borrow, we will not construct, we will not enter into contracts, we will not purchase anything. So purchasing, why we are doing? With the hope that tomorrow we will sell. Tomorrow what will think? If tomorrow no sale, day after tomorrow, next day will sell. Next day will sell it and make profit. So that is the hope. So hope of living like. Okay. So here also in business also, business have an assumption that business will have an indefinite life. It will continue forever and ever. It will continue for a long period of time and in future. Okay. That is why the fixed assets, whatever we purchase, fixed assets means we know we discussed that plant and machinery, land and building, furniture, machines, everything. So all these things are recorded in original cost. Original cost means how much I spend for purchasing that asset. That is the original cost. Suppose that day also we discussed the cost and all. Cost, yes, the terms, basic terms we discussed the cost. Suppose I am purchasing a machinery, is the market price is 5 lakh. For transportation installation I spent rupees 10,000. Then what is the total cost? I spent 5 lakh 10,000. So how much I record in my book? 5 lakh I record or 10,000 I will record? I will record 5 lakh 10,000 because that is the total money I spent on that. Understood? So in order to bring in the item into a working condition, how much money I am spending, that all cost will be added to the purchase price of that item. Okay, so fixed asset will we are recording in what? Cost price, with the hope that we will be continuing tomorrow also with that machine and we will earn profit. And the depreciation also charged as per this concept. Depreciation means reduction. Any asset you purchase, any long term value product you purchase, the value of that will decrease year by year, except land or building. Okay, only land and building have appreciation. Other asset, suppose in our house means we may purchase big sofas, furnitures, or washing machine, or fridge, or car and all. So whatever these items we purchase, after some years if you want to sell, suppose I purchased a car for rupees 10 lakh today, after 10 years I will not get that 10 lakh. Some 5 lakh or 6 lakh or 4 lakh according to the condition of the vehicle, I'll get some amount, second hand sale. Okay, so that is why here in business also this depreciation can happen. So depreciation means reduction in the value of asset. Okay, so every year we have to charge an amount as depreciation. Means suppose 10 lakh is the value of that car and I am using it for 10 years. So 1 year how much value I am using? 10 lakh divided by 10, so 1 lakh. So 1 lakh is the depreciation. So assume 1 lakh as depreciation. So every year I'll be putting that 1 lakh as a loss for me. Okay, so 1 lakh, 1 lakh, like that all 10 years I will write off this 1 lakh, and so that I will not incur any loss at the end of the year when I sell this asset. Otherwise in that year, at the end of 10th year I will get a huge loss. Okay, so this depreciation concept also we will study later. So going concern concept now you understand. So going concern concept means what? Business will continue for a long period of time. Now consistency concept means these concepts states that accounting principles and methods should remain consistent from year to one year to another. So this concept consistent, whatever you are following the principle, it should be consistent. Means this year you followed a rule, next year you are following another rule, it should not be like that. So we have to follow same rules and all. So it helps the firm to inter-firm and intra-firm comparison. So I told you all this we are doing for what? Comparative study only. So comparative study will help you to take good decision for future. Okay, so consistent methods means stock valuation method. This year you are valuing in a particular way method, and next year you are following another method. So we cannot compare this year valuation and next year valuation, and we cannot even what compare the profit of this year and next year also. Okay, so that is consistency. Okay, next one, accrual concept. So third concept is accrual concept. So first is what? Going concern concept. Second one is what? Consistency concept. Third one is accrual concept. So accrual concept means accrued. Accrual opposite is cash basis. So when I say, if I say cash basis, then you will understand it very well. So accrual basis, cash basis, or accrual concept, cash concept is there. Accrual and cash. So from cash basis means what? You understand? When real cash is received, I will record it. When I pay cash, I will record it. If I'm not getting any cash, I will not record it. Suppose I am selling goods today to someone, then I sold goods to, okay, on example I will tell, sold goods to B, rupees 10,000. So I sold goods to B for rupees 10,000. Now this B has to give me 10,000. Okay, so today he has given me 10,000. So in cash basis, what I write 10,000, I will write today itself. Sales 10,000. Accrual basis also, what will happen? Sales 10,000 we can write. Both the methods are same. But if cash is not received today, B said B is not having money. So B said after some 1 month he will pay back the money. He will pay the money. So in cash basis we will not record it. But in accrual basis, whether cash is received or not, we will record it under sales heading. Understood? So accrual basis means whatever happening this year, we have to record this year itself. That is accrual concept. So this concept mainly applied to what? Expenses and revenues. Expense means what? Whatever money is going from business for something, that is expense. All those terms we discussed. As per this concept, revenue is recorded when sales are made or services are rendered, and it is immaterial whether cash is received or not. So as per this concept, we will record when we made sales immediately, sold goods to B. Money received or not, we are not taking into consideration. But if received, entry will be different. If not received, journal entry will be different. That and all we will study. But whether received or not, whether paid or not, this year expense should be recorded this year itself. Next year, if for this year anything you have not paid, then also that also you have to include this year. Suppose this month's salary, February or March month salary, you pay in the month of April. But March month salary, where you have to include not in April, March month you have to write and prepare the profit and loss account. Okay, so all those things, these all theories, whatever we are studying, we will do it later. That time you will understand. Then similarly expense also. So revenue, this is about what? Revenue. When sale is made, that time it is recorded. Accordingly, when expenses also, expenses are recorded in the accounting period in which they assist in earning the revenue, whether cash is paid or paid for them or not. So whether cash is paid or not, if the expense belongs to this year, we have to record. Okay, so you know that because our financial year starts from 1st April to 31st March. Okay, so this year if you assume our financial year started from when? 1 1 sorry 1 4 2020 to 31st March 2021. So 31st March 2021 the accounting period or the accounting period will finish. Okay, so within this period whatever expense you have to incur, you paid or you have to pay, everything you should be recorded in this year itself. Okay, you should not see that whether cash is paid or not. If it is belongs to this period, you have to record it. That is accrual concept. So three concepts over. Going concern concept. Going concern concept means what? Business have a indefinite period of life, never ending life. And next is consistency. We have to follow same method, uniform method or practice of accounting all throughout the firm or all throughout the year. Then accrual concept means all expenses, all revenues should be of a particular period should be recorded in that year, whether cash is received or not. Suppose April month salary you are receiving in the month of May. Even then that you have to include where? In April only. Don't write in May. May month salary you have to write in May. So like that is what accrual concept. So concepts or assumptions over. Now we are going to accounting principles. Okay. So accounting principles, I think today we'll discuss only three: business entity principles, money measurement principles, accounting period principles. Next class we discuss the remaining principles. Okay, so there are 9 principles total: business entity principles, money measurement principles, accounting period principles. So what do you mean by business entity concept or business entity principles? According to this principle, business is treated as a separate and distinct from owners. Yeah, this you remember. Another, whenever we write or record transactions in the books, we never mix up owner and business together. Owner is separate, business is separate. Remember, this is very important concept or principle. Business is treated as a separate entity. Matlab separate, yeah, just like a person. Even companies are treated as an artificial person. Company's definition when we study, we can see there. Companies are treated as artificial person. Okay, so sole proprietorship, single owner business means business and that owner is same only. But even then, business property and the personal property of the owner, it cannot be mixed up. Okay, because the owner is having a house, that house value should not be written in the books of business. Understood? So same way, business from business, if anything he is taking away, that also should be recorded properly. So business separate, owner separate. So this is the concept that is called what? Otherwise no, everything will mix up and you cannot do business properly, and ultimately loss only will come, because you are spending money, you are not writing it, your own money, business profit you are taking it for your children and spending it, everything is happening. So all will be mixed up and all problems. So according to this principle, business is treated as a separate and distinct from its owners. Okay, because of this principle, capital is treated as liability. Now the business who input first, we need what? Capital. So capital we are investing in business. So here for the business this is liability. Why capital is liability? Liability means, you know, the definition we studied, something, anything we have to pay to others, that is called what? Liability. Now this owner, this is O. Owner invested money in business, so owner has the right to get it back from business. That is why business, for business के लिए liability है. For business it is liability, not for the owner. Owner only doing, but we will write where in the business book only. Understood? So liability, capital is treated as what? Liability for the business under this concept, business entity concept. So business entity concept means business is separate from the owner. So next, and anything withdrawn by the owner from his business is drawing. Suppose now capital is received by the business from the owner, so business has to pay it back to the owner. Same way, if the owner has taken anything from business, that also we will record and minus from his capital, that is called what? Drawings. Understood? So it should be correct, no? So if business received money from owner, that is liability of business. Then if the owner has taken anything from the business, then his capital also should reduce, means the business will give him back the less amount of capital only. Suppose 5 lakh is the capital received from business, from owner. Okay, so owner given to business, this is the assumption. So now from this the owner has taken 1 lakh, so remaining how much only? 4 lakh. 4 lakhs there. So this 1 lakh rupee is treated as what? Drawings. Means business automatically reduce that amount taken by the owner. The remaining money only, now the business is liability. So now business liability become 4 lakhs instead of 5 lakhs. So that is first concept, business entity concept. Next is money measurement principle. So money measurement principle means, this already we discussed so many times. Transactions which can be expressed in terms of money only can be recorded in the books of accounts. All transactions cannot be recorded in the books of accounts. Only transactions which can be measured in monetary terms, financial terms, that only can be recorded. That is very simple, we discussed in first chapter. Third point is accounting period principle. So accounting period also, just now I told you, accounting period means what? In business account accrual basis I told you, uh, um, sorry, not accrual basis, going concern concept I told you. Business have indefinite period of life, business have a never ending life, but for convenience accounting period is divided into different time intervals of 1 year for the preparation of profit and loss account and balance sheet. So indefinite period, if we consider, then you cannot prepare pre-and account balance sheet when we prepare P&L account balance sheet. So for to understand it easily, we are divided the time intervals into short span of time or period. Even you can make it 6 months. Usually it is what? 1 year. That is usually the accounting period, which is starting from 1st April to 31st March. Okay. So 1st April say 31st March, that is 12 months period. Some very rare organizations, they have calendar year like January to December, that also 12 months only. But usually all government any organization, business type, anything you take, the financial year is, even for income tax authorities also, financial year is from 1st April to 31st March. Okay, so these are the three accounting principles. Okay, so remaining principles we will discuss later in the next class. I hope you understood this much. And so these are the accounting assumptions and principles for today's discussion. Okay, so in the next class we will discuss from fourth point onwards: disclosure, materiality, conservatism, cost principle, matching, and dual aspect principles. So this much only in this chapter, also very small chapter. And one more portion is there, accounting standards. Okay, So prepare notes accordingly, and you can message your doubts to me. Okay, thank you so much. Take care. Bye.